how's it going and welcome to the Try Time podcast. Stay tuned for your weekly dose of rugby league chatter, discussing what's happening in the world of rugby league.
Hello guys, welcome back to the Try Time podcast. I'm Callum.
And I'm Matt.
And it's episode 13 now, and today we're going to be talking about the coronavirus.
Something that as of yet we've not caught. So in a week or two's time, when you inevitably see a video that has, I don't know what the hell he's going to put in the background, at least one of us is dying, is basically what that means. And it would be episode 13, the bad luck curse has struck with coronavirus.
Yeah, all games are off out there. And we're not going to
I can't even
go
go watch football, that's how shocking it is now. Not even the National League's running.
Yeah, it's just...
That's just fat men from pub.
Yeah, but even pubs are closing now.
Well, exactly.
That's what I mean. So it's one of them where it's like, stay safe and all that sort of stuff. It makes sense why they've got to do it, aren't they? It's not.
In fact, there's a good point. Even if we're not dying in the next week or two, we may not even be allowed to film in our filming space.
But we've got a contingency.
Well, supposedly. You'll see. If we vanish, you know why.
Yeah, but we're working on stuff. But anyway, so what do you think about this? Do you agree with the government, basically?
I mean, I don't know. I really do. I think it's all very intense reactions,
but it's also one of them where it's like you can't please everyone.
And everyone else is doing it, so kind of, are you just going to get criticised if you don't follow suit?
Yeah. So it's one of them where it's like, it's just a bit, it's shit because obviously there's no rugby on, but it's also, we can't think that selfishly, we've got to be like, greater good, health. It's just, you don't want it to be too long, it just sort of, it's
as long as the
season
actually finishes with all its games, I don't really care that much.
Yeah, even if we have to lose the Ashes series.
I'm not bothered about that.
I'd rather run season into that, and then let players have a decent bit of time off after the season, no international, then jump into pre-season, potentially start season a bit later next year if it's a bit of a back-off, depending on how late we start this year, and then hopefully go into a good World Cup next year. I think that'd be the best way to go about it. Because I think you got to think at players as well, even though they're getting time off here, it's not really time off where they can go and enjoy themselves like every...
No, I'm sure they don't really want the time off, they'd rather be out on the pitch.
Yeah, definitely. So it's one of those.
Although I'm sure Conrad Hurrell's loving life on TikTok.
Yeah, so I've seen... What a guy. We definitely... Imagine, like, he'd be the pinnacle of having a guest on.
Conrad, if you're watching...
Jump on, lad.
Anyone that... Let's face it, Conrad's not watching. Just spam send this to Hurrell till he eventually opens one of your messages.
So I don't think there's much to talk about Corona. Everyone knows, everyone's bored about it. So also on today's episode, we're going to be talking about like Challenge Cup results from weekend just gone.
That's a good point. We can't get him on. He might get coronavirus from us.
Yeah, that's true because we are contagious.
Apparently.
So
we're not allowed to go to work, so we must be.
Yeah. We're back. So camera sorted. We didn't want to do the whole episode about.
You say we're back. It's literally been a radio show over the past however many minutes.
Right, so...
Somebody forgot to set the camera going, and it's not my fault.
I set the camera going.
My job is the audio.
You've got the camera. You have got the footage from the past, however long the start of the podcast has been. I didn't forget to start it. The plug where I plugged it in to keep it charging doesn't work, so I had to plug it in the other one. That's why it turned off, because it died.
So you forgot to check the wire?
Yeah, potentially. But, where are we?
With you being an idiot. Oh, no, that was episodes 1 to 12.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Rugby League's off, everyone. Don't go to your games. They're not happening.
Rugby League's cancelled, but, we're still going to talk about Challenge Cup.
Yeah, because that was one of the games that wasn't cancelled. Also known as... We were going to do this as a vlog, but we didn't quite get enough footage.
Yeah, and it was just one of them where it was like, just not going to really happen. It just wasn't one of them.
But yeah, in order to give it its full title... We went to a shithole and saw a cracking game of rugby.
Yeah, it was a good game, to be fair. Wakefield Bradford, if you didn't already.
I did say we went to a shithole. I didn't leave many other options. Odsall's closed.
I knew that would come. So yeah, went to Wakefield. I mean, before we get into the game, we just say the old coronavirus thing. Wakefield don't care. No hot running water. It was one of them things. They just didn't really care about it. But
I mean, it was cheap enough that I wasn't bothered.
Yeah, we won't speak about how cheap it was to get in.
Challenge Cup, the attendances are low, so they have to reduce the gate price from league.
Yeah, I know. They have to let us 16-year-old lads in for free, don't they? Yeah,
because we're definitely in that age bracket.
Yeah. But
again, his idea, he got the tickets.
I haven't been at Wakey since obviously like £1 million game, whatever, and then back when I used to go when we were in Super League. I was saying to you the ground is just. But we're not going to just rinse the ground because.
Like, no disrespect to Wakefield as a club, like.
Fair play.
They've been campaigning for a new stadium as long as Cats have.
It's not the fans' fault.
It's not the fans' fault. It's not the club's fault, really, because it's.
But
you've got to primarily blame the council.
They've got a really good pitch there, but they're just the stadium.
Pitch is good, but oh god, that ground. It's it's almost at the point now where even if they reinvested in it, it won't be worth it.
Yeah, definitely not. But in terms of the game, right, I want to hear your thoughts because Matt were there. He was enjoying a good Bradford display and.
Yeah, something I've not seen for a long time, really. Tested against a competitive outfit.
Since last year.
That's why I said a competitive outfit. Yeah, they played pretty well. They managed to hang in the game for the most part. Quite unlucky not to progress, really.
Yeah, and against most of us, like any championship team, I think we probably won that game. But, I mean, in terms of Wakefield, I don't think they were even necessarily that poor. I think we just give it to them and they were just a bit...
I don't think they were brilliant.
No, but you can't. They also had the best possible 13 out. They brought Bruff in for feet at both.
Bruff wasn't on his A game. He's not fully back. He was only running on about 70% fitness, I thought.
Yeah. Still, that's it. Like, there's internationals in that team, so I was definitely proud of this.
To go for a 1-pointer against a lower middling championship club is a tad embarrassing.
It nearly was the difference, though, in the end.
It was very embarrassing. Like, it just was.
Yeah, but, I mean, not for us it won't be, but for Wakey fans, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, a win's a win and all that, but come on.
Yeah, guys. In terms of quality game, really good game, close. Obviously, Lily again showing against Super League opposition why I think he probably should be in Super League.
That's get promoted then, won't you?
Yeah, and I think we're on. That's what I'm going to. Bradford Super League 2021. Here we go.
You think it's this year?
I don't know, but I think we actually... I kind of also wrote us off as top 5, but I think the way we've been playing this year, I honestly think we have a group of players who aren't the best on paper.
You put York in like third or second, and they're like bottom.
That's what I mean. Teams are dropping off. I don't know. I think it's going to be close, like we said about championship season. But that's Bradford out of cup, which means we can concentrate on league, which we couldn't really do last year because obviously we went on that little cup run, which affected the league, like it did for Halifax as well. So hopefully we can even maybe go on an 1895 cup run. I'd like to see us at Wembley. I think that'd be good.
We're going back to York quickly. We spoke about them a lot this year. They've finally hit 70 points. And just they did it all in the one game.
Yeah.
That's a lot more what we'd expect.
Yeah, but...
Granted, it's lower league opposition, but still.
Yeah, but I think they always...
That's the confidence booster, really.
It could have gone one or two ways this game. They could have crumbled and lost again, or they could have sort of thought we need to win and trying to boost the confidence, and the players have all just sort of put the effort in and got out a great win. And that's obviously what ended up actually happening, so... I think you got to say... Credit to York. Hopefully they can... Well, that's the thing now. It's like usually you'd say, right, well, hopefully they can take this into next week's game, but we're not even going to have a next week's game.
No, the momentum that they've just gained is kind of lost immediately.
That's the difference, isn't it, really?
Which is a shame, but...
I mean...
Speaking of lost momentum, there's one club that's potentially going to affect more than anyone, and that's the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
The first game of the round and nilling the former Undertaker streak Huddersfield.
Yeah. Good performance from them.
Definitely the better side.
Yeah, and
Huddersfield were shocking.
Maybe they're going for a cup, and it gives me more hope that they can actually stay up.
Yeah, although is it one more thing to be distracted by?
That is true.
I mean, they've got, in theory, an easier draw next round, which we're not going to focus on this week because at this point, who knows when and if it's happening.
We don't know when or, even
we'll discuss that a lot nearer to when we have a confirmed date.
Yeah.
But, which actually is a bit more concerning because I'm sure we used up all our off-season ideas before the year even begun.
Yeah.
So where...
In terms of podcast ideas...
Let us know, we're a bit stuck.
Yeah.
We might have to slightly revamp what we produce over the next few weeks.
Yeah. But, that's we'll sort that.
Yeah.
But
want to talk about any other cup matches in particular? Or?
I think a lot of them seem decent games, but a lot of them, there were only really one out-and-out upset, which I think was Newcastle beating Dewsbury, although I think it was also understandable.
Dewsbury not playing until the Wednesday before was a bit...
And not even knowing they were going to be going to Dewsbury, to Newcastle, if they won.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a fruity one for me. Especially, like playing midweek, and then next weekend is tough anyway for any rugby league player. But obviously it just had its challenges. We were also playing really well in the league, so I mean I don't think they'll be too disheartened. I think they maybe fancied a big Super League clash in next round, but sadly no Super League teams are going to be coming to Tetley Stadium for the rest of this season, whether it's against Bradford or Dewsbury, because we're both out at goal. But I think they'll concentrate on league. I think they'll have a good season in league, upset a few big teams.
Yeah, but you're going to Super League stadiums.
Never know.
Best run league as well.
What, Leeds?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are actually. That is correct. I wonder what you were meaning then, but then I clocked on what you meant.
Well, I said that. That's assuming.
Yeah, that's. I'm going to say it would not surprise me if that gets set back. To be honest, but then
we'll find out.
Also, I think it also shows a lot about Newcastle and their push for promotion this year. They've really, they'll want a nice little cup run, but also I think they've got the team to get promoted. Them and Hunslet are looking good as well in the league. So a lot of League One's really entertaining this year. To be fair,
there's another team that have won both the games. Can't think who they are.
Pretty sure it's is it Workington?
It might well be actually. It's not West Wales. I know that.
No, West Wales. West Wales Super League 20.
So want to say that again?
2082. No, that's what I meant to say. They've got a big 100-year plan.
Have they?
Yeah.
The thing is that you could still see them. I don't know. Winning a trophy before Toronto win a Super League game.
Do you reckon?
No.
No, definitely
not in the slightest.
Are there any other games you want to touch on? I mean, a lot of the teams sort of won it. Nearly convincing.
Hull KR with 7 seconds on the clock isn't really convincing.
Yeah, but we said that Hull KR probably wasn't even a favourite for that.
I think if I remember right, I said Hull KR were probably the favourites, but they won't be bothered if they go out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They were the favourites, but like you saw the team they part with, we were a weakened team. Yeah, so I could have definitely seen Lee beat them.
Yeah,
if it was at Lee, I probably would have.
Very tight finish.
Yeah, definitely.
Not like making you. They've already got coronavirus to deal with, and you've just given half your old fans a heart attack.
Yeah,
well done, OKR. Way to kill off your supporters.
They'll have been happy with it.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
They're usually on the other end at last minute heartbreaks, aren't they? So.
I mean, this is why I'm sure it was a lot easier for them to take just being nilled and putting 50 past them at Wembley. At least they knew from the second minute they were out.
I would mean a more £1 million game against Salford.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to bring it back to
that always seems to come up in these podcasts. That game.
It does.
I like it. Life is hard.
No,
don't think we really need to touch on any games really. Not from the cup anyway.
Well, not for next week anyway.
Yeah, we'll go through a couple of Super League games. I mean, a couple of good games. I mean, especially I think first I want to speak about St Helens Castleford and how good Castleford are looking at the minute. They're rolling, aren't they?
Saints looking poor. They almost need the break to get the full squad back.
Yeah, they're missing that defensive left centre.
Them on Friday because I think we could have walked over them playing like that.
I think the problem is that they're missing Percival in that left centre. And it's leading. Wellesby is a good player, but I think he's too inexperienced and he's not there defensively, especially not since he's been playing out of position in centre to sort of be able to defend there. They probably want Bentley there really, but obviously Bentley's injured, so that's why, because Bentley has played a bit of centre and he's a really good defensive player, like that's his strength.
Very odd shout to put Dominic Peru in centres again.
Yeah, potentially that would have been. Why not? He's a centre. That's moved into second row through his career. So,
I mean, maybe Christian Wolf just hasn't got the memo on that one.
Potentially, yeah. And then they've got enough back row options, really, haven't they? You could put Knowles in second row. I don't know if it is Wolf or if players. I just don't know. I think I'm right about when I said I don't necessarily think I'm right about where Warrington are going. Is if when I said they'll be top, but I think what I said about Saints at the start of the season.
They did win though. On to probably the last and biggest game we're going to mention.
Yeah, but I think
Gelling was back. No Gelling, no Party. Yeah,
they've been playing well with him, to be fair. But I think Saints they're going to take it easy throughout the season, which is what we're seeing, and then I think they'll come alive in playoffs. That's me personally. But.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think there is one major talking point from Hull Warrington, and it's not Hull getting nilled or Warrington playing very well.
Radford's out.
We were discussing this the other week as well.
About whether he should go, and now and I think honestly I was so surprised. So I don't put Hull's downfall. I don't put it down to him. I don't necessarily think they can win at the league with him, but I would not let him go like this. I think Lee Radford deserves the respect of if they had it in their heads that they wanted to let him go. They brought in a lot of new players that sort of changed the team. They lost Sika Manu, Minicello, and brought in Manu Ma, Josh Jones. They sort of changed the whole. They got Ligasau, Satai. They changed sort of the whole club around really, like the playing staff wise. They should have let Radford go at start of the season if they were unsure, and then brought in someone new with fresh ideas. Like how Saints brought in Holbrook and that sort of changed the outlook of the team. I think if that's what they were going for, they needed to do it then rather than wait. They've messed up. They've dropped the ball of the thing.
I mean, let's face it. Could it not have waited till yesterday morning?
You'd think so.
That's probably, I think, one of the biggest questions. Because to march down at full time and leak it live on Sky Sports is very...
unprofessional. But I mean, why didn't they...
Very unprofessional.
I bet they wished they just waited till everything got postponed and they could have said he got coronavirus and they didn't want to catch it, so they just give him leave.
That's definitely a terrible way to go, but... In all seriousness, it's probably, again, we talk about it being a slight benefit to Saints. At least it gives Hull a chance to find someone if they have any desire to right now.
Yeah, it gives them time to think.
Kind of drill into a new system better.
But I think there's so much uncertainty with obviously the virus and its impact on the game that it's who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows how long until we're going to play?
At least they don't have to pay for the stadium.
Yeah, that's true.
Rent boys and all that.
Oh, God.
Them in Wigan and Huddersfield.
Speaking of Wigan, Salford-Wigan.
You want to discuss that one?
I do. Even though we obviously were at the Wakefield-Bradford game, so we didn't watch it, but I've seen the highlights. Good for Salford to get that comeback. Big comeback for them. Wigan, who was rolling, I think it's sort of been a bit of a reality check for them.
Yeah, you are. I've seen this one bandied about on social media, which I think... Going back to our old favourite overreactions, Jackson Hastings, the most overrated player in the league. Discuss. I don't agree with this, by the way.
I don't agree he's the most overrated player in the league. I could probably name 5 players that are more overrated than him, and now you're going to ask me to name them 5 players.
I can think of several players that are more overrated than him in the Wigan squad alone.
Go on and name them.
Zach Hardacre.
Yeah, agree.
To a certain extent, all 3 of Wigan's main wingers are overrated.
What, Marshall, Manfredi and Burgess?
Yes.
Yeah. Manfredi, I would say, probably is. Who else are you thinking? Come on, you got a name.
Who else am I thinking? Sean O'Loughlin these days. Not the player he was 5 years ago.
I still don't think he's overrated. I think people acknowledge that for me. I don't think there's many.
I don't think enough to do. That's the problem. You get the ones that call him sick note and say he should be nowhere near the club just because he's always injured. And you get the ones that practically kiss the ground he walks on, and they're probably going to be the ones that get coronavirus. But anyway.
See, in terms of overrated players in Super League,
Burgess. There's another one.
George Burgess, yes, definitely. In terms of general ones, I think you've got sort of a guy I'm surprised you won't say, even though I know he don't play for Wigan, but Ryan Atkins, I know you don't.
That's why, because he didn't play for Wigan, I was on about Wigan.
I think David Fafita, honestly.
This is another one that I do quite want to humour. James Clare for England.
I think James Clare is underrated.
You think he's underrated?
I think he's underrated. One of the best wingers, arguably in Super League this season. You can't argue.
But it's an England shirt.
I would not have him on wing for England, but I can see why people are saying it.
He's not even... If he was walking into that cast team...
He's keeping his place, so...
Against 2 players that are injured.
I don't think... I mean, Fekir...
Greg Eden is injured. Fekir is injured. So by that logic, just by being able to move on your 2 feet for 80 minutes, me and you could keep him out of the team.
They've got backup players. They've got a lot of players in and around them positions.
Who then? Who's knocking on the door that can't get in?
Now you're going to make me get Cass squad up, aren't you?
No, I'm going to, off the top of your head, they've got all this backup that's so famous and well known.
I'm getting Cass squad up.
Because there isn't any. And you're not allowed to go into depths at under 16s and all that rubbish.
Trust me.
No. Like, I know he's got a decent record try scoring this season. And I'm not saying that he's a bad player. But for anyone to say he should be anywhere near the England setup is...
Callum Turner, winger/fullback.
Naturally more of a fullback.
Chase Blair, centre, they're playing him in second row. They could easily play him in centre and have another second row. They've got that much second row.
Agree, but that's not a winger.
Yeah, but they can move a centre out if they really wanted to.
Give me which centre you're moving out then.
Matautian.
Fullback or 6 for me.
But I mean, he plays centre.
Yeah, he used to play at fullback for them.
Yeah,
he had number 1 last year, and he has played 6 in his career.
Yeah, I know he has.
So
yeah, I know. And then obviously they've got Eden and Fecky.
Who are injured.
Unless you want to go into reserve.
So basically, he's not actually keeping anyone out of the team. He's just playing relatively.
Yeah, but
okay.
Eden's played shit. They're on about selling Eden. Trust me, if Eden were fit, Claire would play still.
I don't agree with you.
Fecky would bring up the argument between Alfurts and Claire, which I don't know. They both offer different things.
I mean, let's face it. Daryl Alfurts is performing a lot better than James Clare this season.
Why is that? You're just saying that because he scored that try on Sunday.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are, because you haven't watched every Cast game.
I've watched quite a bit of Cast this year, actually. And he has played consistently better than James Clare. If we're talking just about wingers that can finish a ball, put him in an international jersey.
I mean, I think...
He's outperforming Clare, so by your own logic...
Is he?
Yes.
I won't say he is, but, I mean... I think they're both good players, to be honest.
I mean, you support Bradford. You don't know Super League quality anymore.
I do. I watch more Super League than you do.
What Bill Clark feeds you and what actually goes on are very different things.
Right. I think that's probably it, innit, really, for Super League roundup.
I think on the fact that you've just said James Clare for England is understandable.
I have not said... I can
understand why people are saying it, therefore it is understandable.
Yeah, because I do get why people are saying it.
Yeah, but they're wrong.
They might be. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, man. God.
Yeah.
Right, come on. Get fantasy teams up, lads.
Well, there's no change at the top. Chris Armitage is now first and second.
Cass fancy.
Daryl Alfurts and James Clare, 2 wingers, 1 and 2 on team sheet, yeah.
They probably are, to be fair for him, but fair play to you. Who's weekly?
I've forgotten your name, pal. I'm going to have to load you back up. I know you're in 6th, whoever you are. Oh, great, my thing's crap. Matthew K. There you are, that's your name. Well done.
Matthew K. Weekly
589 points. Have you been doping?
Obviously, we won't be having...
he's a Hull FC fan, so, I mean, at least he got some joy out of this week. Who have you got that's got... One of his players didn't even play.
Who?
Cuthbert.
Yeah, but to be fair, compare that to
he's got Bevan French on wing, that's why.
About eight of my players didn't play. Because I had
French is a new transfer. We're just stalking through your team now, mate.
But basically, obviously, we won't be having this anymore for the foreseeable future until the corona's over.
Yeah.
But we're going to finish this. We've obviously reviewed everything. We're going to go in back to those old days, some trivia. We've done separate videos for this. We don't really think it has a place there at the minute, so we're going to bring it in at the back of these podcast episodes.
Now, just as a bit of, behind the scenes thing here, I have had Callum literally begging, like, please choose an English-based player.
No, because
don't choose one that's
you
better than any Australia.
You just pick shit players who I don't know.
How is Remy Castille a shit player? He's very
I guessed
known.
Remy Castille straight away.
You said picked, not
Jamie Soward. You had.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to remember.
How is he a shit player? Because you're going off
his NRL career. Right. You're going first anyway. So.
I'm not. You are.
Why?
Because depending on how hard yours, it depends if I'm going English or Aussie.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No, you're going first.
No, rock, paper, scissors now. Rock, paper, scissors.
You're going first.
Rock, paper, scissors.
We're not arguing on the pod, you're going first.
We'll be here all day with you again.
Yes.
Right. You ready?
That's 11 bit.
It was decided to delete recently deleted. Here we go.
The amateur
I have
strikes
played. Right, so this is a free clue. So I'm going to give him 3 players, then I'm going to give him another clue, and then another clue after that, and he has to guess after each clue and see if he can guess the one player. Try on let us know how you do it in the comments. So,
love to say get it after clue 1, but I probably won't.
I have played with Tom Briscoe,
Right.
Brett Ferris,
Okay.
and Will Haraki.
None of it's going to be at Leeds. Or one of them will be at Leeds. There's no way it's all 3 at the same club.
Yeah, but they all probably played at Leeds at the same time, think about it. So it can't be one of them.
Well, Haraki and Ferris didn't cross over.
Yeah, true.
Right, well, Ferris could be anywhere because he's played all over. Probably. Knowing you, it's probably going to be Bradford or Cass. But it could be Huddersfield. Haraki, where did he come from? Crusaders. Then he's bounced around Salford, Widnes, Cass, OKR. Don't know if he's been anywhere else. So
I think that's probably about it for him.
And then Briscoe's more normal one of the lot, Hull FC and Leeds. So he could be the Leeds link. I don't think you'll go that old Hull FC, unless there's instantly someone that I can think of that's moved to Huddersfield. Which off the top of my head I can't think of.
Go on, throw someone out there.
Right, he's playing with Haraki at Crusader, so I'm going to throw him in there. Richard Moore.
No, good guess, but no. I made my debut in 2007 in Super League.
So his first game was in the top flight, or his Super League debut was in 07?
His first professional game in Super League.
Right, okay.
I like semi-professional, he never played.
I literally don't know why that makes any difference to who I'm guessing. So 07. Maybe Ferris is a Bradford player at this point then.
I'll add you another thing to this.
Okay.
I have only ever played in the UK.
Right, so he doesn't say in Super League, so he's probably played in Championship then.
When I say that, I mean UK leagues.
So he's, by the sounds of that then, he's also not a British national.
I mean, I never said that, but I don't know why you took that from that. But
Because for you to say not in the UK leagues,
no, he's only played in UK leagues, meaning
he
I'm not
could have
ruling
played
that for like
for
Catalan
overseas.
or somewhere like Catalan or
Right,
Toulouse.
okay.
Is what my point was. Like, I don't want you to rule them out based on the fact I said he only played in UK. I meant like UK leagues.
I mean, I'm not really getting any further advance on what I had. Kopchak's never played with Briscoe. Could it be some of the overlaps too, at least in Haraki elsewhere? I mean, possibly.
I feel like you're a bit off of the track.
Do you know what? I'm just going to come up with
The next clue might help you though.
Well, yeah, because there's so many players that have played with all 3 of them.
I know.
It's a terrible set to narrow down with. Just go for some random that came through Leeds Academy about then. Ryan Hall.
I'm not going to give you that.
Played with them all,
I'm going to give you a clue there, but I'm not. This is the next clue. My previous clubs include Wakefield, Toronto, and Leigh.
Oh God, it's an old. He's still playing now.
Yes.
Right. So where the bloody hell?
I'll start rolling off some.
They're the only 3 clubs he's played for.
No,
Or just a selection.
No, they're a selection.
Right.
He's played for a lot of teams.
So it's a journeyman player.
In a way.
God, so it's someone that likes the money / Paul Rowley thug player. That's the other thing I'm taking from this. Oh, this is ridiculous. Who's old fellas that moved to Toronto for first season? Ryan Bailey.
No. I'll give you another clue. Right. I played for Leigh after Toronto, so I didn't play for Leigh under Rowley.
Oh God, I don't think that really helps though, does it?
Right, give you a clue. I made my debut for Hull FC.
Right, because I have this totally niche knowledge of 2007 Hull FC squad.
Well,
forward or back?
Think about who I said played. Who has year 3 players were at the start.
Yeah, so he's played with Briscoe at Hull FC.
Yeah. He did not. Right in there. I'm
going to guess he's not played for Leeds at all.
No. I'll give you a weird clue, which I'm going to give you after that. You were close with what you said after made my debut in 2007. What were your guess then?
What, my player wise?
Yeah.
My final guess?
No, the one before that.
What, Kopchak?
No, that one you guess were Ryan Hall.
Oh, right. So, yeah, the one I said as my final guess then.
No,
not the one I was deliberating.
No, that was your final guess after the debut in 2007.
Right, okay, that's what I meant, but yeah.
Right. So
I was
that's
close. So
in a really weird way, you were close.
So is this weird way he's a winger or?
I don't know.
Oh, it's Craig Hall, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's bloody Craig Hall.
He's played for so many teams. I just picked because he played for Hiraki with KR last year. Ferris at Fev this year, which you didn't even think about Ferris playing at Fev this year.
I kind of thought when you said 2007, I thought he's probably.
You wouldn't have thought that Hall would have played in 2007 because he sort of made his way up through. It must have been probably about 18 then when he made his debut in Super League.
Yeah.
And obviously he played with Briscoe.
Briscoe Hull was a bit of a throw off, yeah.
And obviously plays for like Wakefield, Toronto Elite, all teams he's played.
Fev this year, I kind of thought, well, he's probably over ill and gone by now. But
right, so on to yours. I think you did alright with that. Didn't do too bad, but I think it was.
You're only saying this so I give you the nice one, aren't you?
No, give me whichever, I'll get it. This podcast that we're going to be, we'll try and keep it under half hour, is now creeping about
it's now
half an hour mark.
32 minutes. Alright, go on, I'll be nice to you and I'll give you a...
Just give me a one, just go
right.
on, hit me with it.
I don't know which I'm going to go for. I've played with Mickey Hyam, Ashton Golding and Tommy Lee. That's a very random set of players for you.
Mickey Hyam. Could be Warrington Ollie. And obviously, Tommy Lee.
Yep.
That could be Saints, Hull, KR or Leeds, if I'm right. Did he ever play for Leeds? Am I getting him mixed up?
Clues. Not this early. And then Ash Golding.
You know what? I think I've got it.
Go on.
Jordan Thompson.
Yeah, you've not got it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I've got it then.
No.
I think that's not a bad guess though. Because he played at Leeds.
He did play at Leeds.
And he's played at Lee with Hyam and he's played with Thingy, hasn't he? He played with Lee at Saints.
We might have done, yeah, but you also gave a lot of names that could have played with them and didn't really narrow it down for me. I won all 4 of the Challenge Cup finals I competed in, but only managed to lift 2 grand finals out of 7 attempts.
So he's a Saints player. So is it? I reckon from that because Saints won Challenge Cups. Wait, he could have won them at Hull FC though, because it makes sense for him to have been at Hull FC and then won a couple at Saints and a couple at Hull FC.
So who are you thinking you played with at Hull FC? Or have you just got that in mind as an alternative?
That's just an option because I know they won a couple, but so did Leeds. And they could have won a couple. It needs to be someone who's almost gone from like Saints to Leeds, but no one does that. That's like the.
Could do it in reverse. Might have a
Is it an old player? Golding hasn't been at Leeds that long. Well, I mean, he has because he was there since he was 16, but I mean.
He's also Huddersfield.
Yeah, but he hasn't played, unless you're going to whip me that one out, aren't you?
Well, it could be Huddersfield. I've not ruled it out. He's played in pre-season to get injured.
I'm just going to need to throw something out there. Mickey Hyam as well, so it's got to be Lee. I don't feel like that is at Warrington.
I'm just waiting to see what you come out with now.
Mickey Hyam. So it's got to be
I
someone.
didn't want this to be over half hour long. It takes 5 minutes to throw a name out.
Someone's quite decorated. I don't know. Leon Price. He's definitely not Leon Price. That's just a random.
Terrible. My career ended in a one-off game for the same club I debuted with.
That's definitely. A one-off game?
Mm-hmm. As in, he came to play that one match for his debut club before it was his final send-off.
So he like signed for him just as a sender.
Or he naturally returned to that club and they had a special match as his final game.
Paul Wellens.
No.
Come on, I need another.
You want some more clues?
Yeah,
do you?
obviously I do. It's hard.
The 2 grand finals that I won are not both Super League.
I didn't even think about NRL.
This isn't even my Aussie themed one either.
Just to that you've won. Or is it James Graham?
No.
James Graham. Wait, Sam Burgess? No, it's not.
My career spanned 20 seasons.
Oh, so it's a veteran.
Yeah.
But who came back and played from NRL? Oh, Adrian Morley.
Yeah. Played against New Zealand for the Rhinos, along with Ali Lauatiti and somebody else. Might have been Luluai.
I should have thought of him really. Where did he play with Tom Whitley?
Salford.
You know, that's fair enough. You got that niche market and Hyam Watt.
And Golding was in the one-off game at Leeds against New Zealand. So that was the link.
Yeah, that's quite niche actually. Yeah, you've done well with that. Right. Thanks for watching.
You did.
We've got a sort of special feature coming up on Saturday, so look out for that. And I think really just sort of stay tuned. We'll keep content coming out if we can. Whether
or not it'll be in main pod form or you're going to see more short stuff like we tend to bring to you on a weekend, we'll wait and see how long this goes on for.
But we won't disappear, even if it resorts to us playing Rugby League live and streaming it on
which,
channel.
To be fair, if we're both in self-isolation, is probably the best thing to do.
Yeah, and we'll do we might play a game and then sort of do a bit of a talk over that, like a bit of a podcast type stupid Rugby League chat. We'll sort something out anyway. Thanks for watching.
Could be like the old FIFA days when we used to co-op career it and I always used to beat you.
Oh, God.
What was that? Back-to-back Premier Leagues and the Champions League with Leicester one. Rashford on loan.
Right, anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and liking. Tell your friend, you've got nothing to watch. Why don't, go back and watch some of his old stuff anyway. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.
Bye.